And welcome back here at the National Cricket Stadium in St. George's, Grenada. And of course, the Ginger Generals will be coming up against Bailey Blasters in just a few minutes. This morning, we had a bit of a one sided tussle. I don't know if that's the best way to put it, really. Saffron Strikers against Cinnamon Pacers. And let's hope, Rafael, this afternoon's game will be a much better contested one.
Yes, I would love to see it, really go down to the wire in terms of really some good batting in particular. One would hope that the batsmen are really going to come into their own as we look at both teams. There are quite some talented players on both teams, and we expect that certainly we get a sort of score that really would make the game competitive.
Yes, a little later on we're going to give you the lineup, but we will go and get a bit of the toss. So let's go across and see what happened with the toss.
Welcome to the toss here for match 13 in the Dream 11 Spice Style T10 tournament. We're in season 2. At the toss, we have the match referee, Mr. Carl Felix, and our two captains representing the Ginger Generals, the home team for this match, is Roland Cato, and the away captain, Devon Smith. Mr. Match referee, it's over to you. Cato tosses, and the call is for a head, and it is a head. Bailey Blasters, Devon Smith, some quite good luck this year with the toss.
Yeah. We definitely have a ball first.
We have seen that teams chasing has had good luck in the tournament. That was a consideration with bowling first.
Yeah, we just try and bowl them as low as possible and back our batting to go there and get the runs.
Bailey Blasters certainly on a high, 4 matches, 3 victories, 1 loss. I'm looking to make it four today.
Yeah, we're just trying to take one game at a time. Once we play good, in all aspect, batting, bowling, and fielding, there is no reason why we shouldn't come out victorious.
In terms of the squad, any changes, or is it going to be an unchanged team?
It's an unchanged team.
All right, well, Devon, all the best to you and the Bailey for this match.
Thank you very much.
Roland Cato asked to bat first on this wicket. We have seen your batting has been a bit hot and cold, a couple of good scores and a couple of scores where you have struggled. I'm looking to put it right today.
Yeah, most definitely. For the last 2 games of our opening partnership, we did a very good job. So it's all about the guys coming behind to come and contribute more than we had in the last couple of games.
All right, batting first on a wicket, I'm sure you probably would have wanted to bowl second, knowing how good the wicket has been playing.
Yeah, most definitely. If we win the toss, we'd have sent them on bat. We'd have bowl first. So, them sending us on bat is not something that is new to us. For the last 2 games, we have been batting first. So it's about coming out here and doing better than in the last couple of games.
You have a battery of slow bowlers in your ranks. What total you think might be a good one your bowlers would be able to defend later on?
We're looking to get something like over 120. We have Javel Simples in, so we have an extra pacer in our attack today.
All right, well, Roland, we want to wish you and the Ginger Generals all the best of this match.
Thank you.
All right, so that was the toss. Just to recap the toss, the Bailey Blasters, they've won, and they've asked the Ginger Generals to bat first.
So in a few minutes from now, of course, those 2 teams will be locked in battle. Ginger General coming up against Bailey Blasters. The news is that Bailey Blasters, they've won the toss, and Devon Smith have decided, well, you know what, we're going to field. So Blasters have won the toss, and they've elected to field. So let's look at the Blasters lineup. Devon Smith, of course, is the captain. Amical Dubisset, Caden Felix, Kareem Hodge, Devonnie Smith, Shaman Lewis, Dylan Pascal, Jelani Robinson, Richard Rogers, Dennis Smith, of course, behind the wicket, and Nkosi St. Hilaire. What's your lineup for Ginger Generals, Refill?
Ginger Generals, Roland Cato, captain, Samuel Charles, wicketkeeper, Larry Edwards, Denroy Charles, we are seeing Denroy Charles in for the first time, Johan Jeremiah, Daniel McDonough, Kimani Milius, Kimo Peters, Nicholas Redder, Adrian Thomas, and Javel St. Paul also in for his first game.
Well, you know what? I think that these 2 teams are evenly matched. They've got some experience there, no question about it. And this match can really go anyway. It's the 13th match of the tournament, and it's going to be played in bright sunshine. Tomorrow got swilling, Rafael. We've got 3 matches, so it's going to be a long, long day for us.
Yes, tomorrow, 3 fixtures tomorrow. So we expect it again to be pretty competitive. As we look at both teams, and we look at Bailey Blasters, two both of really some top players, Devon Smith, and we expect him to continue to do as he have been doing. Um, we also have on that list the likes of Kavem Hodge, a really tremendous player. So these are two players we probably will look forward to see. The bowling of Sherman Lewis, he did bowl very well yesterday, and he seemed really to getting into his own. So they both have some players say that has played at the highest level in a regional tournament, and one would expect that they would really perform. So the Ginger Generals, Keto, captain, and he's one to look forward to. Johan Jeremiah has been really impressive in some of the innings that he has played, and Kimani Milius. So in terms of the batting, they seem, look pretty balanced.
Yes, looks pretty balanced. I do say I really, really love Johan Jeremiah. He's a good, nice, fine Dutch player. Milias, sometimes I'm a little bit disappointed with him. I know he's a naturally aggressive player, but I think he has to develop the art of being more selective. You can't build everything out of the ground or around the ground, and if we can be a little bit more selective, I think that we'll have a much better all-rounded player in Milias.
Yeah, I certainly agree with you. Sometimes he gets himself in, but always give the bowlers a chance, in terms of some of his shot making.
Well, he certainly has an opportunity here to show his strength and show his capability in this version of the game. So in case you've just joined us, Ginger Generals versus the Bayleaf Blasters, and Bayleaf Blasters, they've won the toss and decided to send Ginger Generals in there to bat, who of course is skippered by Roland Cato. Cato himself is due some runs.
Yes, definitely. I think we haven't seen him really come into his own yet. He was one of the players that scored pretty well in the first edition, and I think we're still waiting to see him get into his own. I think it would be important for him to give the Ginger Generals a really good start. He will need to settle down, and he will need to bat as long as possible.
Yeah, Rafael, your whole assessment of the tournament so far, though.
Well, I'm happy with the way the tournament has run. It has run pretty smoothly. Really, there's no hiccup of note that one could speak about. A little disappointed with the batting. I think that's the area to me that I'm pretty disappointed with. When we look at some of the players that is on and some of these teams, we have quite a bit of volcano players in this tournament. I think much more than we had in the first edition, which tells me we have more talent. But we are not seeing it come true. Our top batters are not really coming through. What seems to be happening is that, and not necessarily good bowling, but a lot of bad shots that have been played. So team deliveries that should be put away. But we find that those batsmen are rushing into playing those shots, and as such, not being able to get into the right position to play the shot, and not really getting use of of hitting it with the bad balls.
So the umpires are out on the field. In fact, both the team, Bayleaf Blasters, they're out there, and the opening pair for Ginger Generals, they're going out there to battle. We've got umpires Davis and Manwarin out there in the middle. The sun is also out there in the middle. Quite beautiful conditions here. No intentions of rain at all. There's some clouds just going across the ground rather lazily, but they're not harsh cumulus clouds, and those clouds don't bring any rain at all.
Well, Bailey Blasters at the top of the table. They have 6 points from 4 matches. They won 3, lost 1. Ginger Generals, they in 3 matches. They won 2 and lost 1. So I think it's Ginger Generals really would be hoping to pick up a valuable 2 points in this game. I think why Bailey Blasters want to stay on top, having 6 points from 4 matches.
Yeah, that's very important. The opening pair of Milias and Jeremiah, They are out there in the middle. Two very efficient young players. And let's see whether they can get their team, Ginger Generals, off to a good rousing start.
Well, this pair had a stand of 95 in the previous game, and we want to continue to bat on. I think both batsmen they are full of confidence. They have played well. Jeremiah in particular really have been striking the ball really well, and certainly I think he will want to continue in that vein.
Well, they're waiting to ensure that the time goes exactly at 2:30. It's just about 2:29 and a half now, so we've got maybe another 30 seconds before the umpire says play. And yes, so the thumbs up now. It's time to go. Kaveem Hodge is going to be moving in to bowl to Milius. Here's the first ball in this match. As Hodge bowls to Milius. Milius is wrapped on the pad. There's an appeal for leg before. Not out, says the umpire, as the ball goes out behind square on the leg side. And they get a single, scampered a single. So off the mark by means of extras, leg by one. So extras have started the ball rolling. Johan Jeremiah now comes in to strike. Johan Jeremiah, son of a headmaster, isn't he?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, you're right.
Presentations, Brothers College. Here is Kaveem Hodge, just dabbles his hands into the dirt just to make sure it's as dry as possible. In now, and bowls to Jeremiah. Jeremiah gets a delivery that he pushes out on the offside. Made a few exploratory steps as if wanting a single, but Milius quickly sent him back, quite rightly too, as the fielder was coming in very quickly from extra cover. Hodge in once more and bowls to Jeremiah. Jeremiah is off the back foot and looking to pull. That must have come on to him maybe a little quicker than anticipated.
Yes, it was rushed onto him there, and he really hurried him up.
Yes, he was late on the shot. Hodge again to Jeremiah. Jeremiah is coming forward and driving well, smoothly. Their runs here, they've gone for one. They will come back for the second. The return comes in to the keeper's end. It's just pushes the keeper back a bit, and the batsmen have time to cross for two. So 2 runs to Jeremiah. He's gone off the mark, and the total is pushed on to 3 without loss.
Well played by Jeremiah. There was not much of a gap there, but he really placed it well.
Hodge to Jeremiah. Jeremiah is off the back foot and pulls it, didn't cue it all that well. Looking to hit that behind square on the leg side. I think he would be unhappy with the result of that. Certainly wanted to pierce that backward square area. Hodge again in, bowls to Jeremiah. Jeremiah is coming forward and lifting that straight. That's a fine shot. That's a magnificent shot for 6. Beautifully picked up. He got right under it. And tell you what, that top hand really led, and he lifted it straight and handsome over the boundary line, over the bowler's head. 9 runs coming off the over because that was a lovely 6. And he himself, that's Jeremiah, he's gone to 8.
Yeah, lovely shot by Jeremiah. He didn't do anything too much, but played straight and got to the pitch of it and really lifted it nicely back over the bowler head. Safest place you could hit. There's no feeler there. But even though there was, he cleared the boundary for 6.
It was quite beautifully struck. Kept his shape, didn't try to overhit it, but it hit the meat of the bat. Willow and leather kissed each other, and it went straight back past the bowler over his head for 6.
Yeah, pretty good time of the ball.
Yes.
He clears the boundary with ease, and this is not necessarily a small boundary, but he really does it well.
Yeah, he really hit that very well indeed, crisp and clean. So the veteran in Neelan Pascal is going to get ready to bowl to Milius. There's a short third man and 1 right back on the boundary, so they're basically, well, that extended almost like a fly slip. Here is Pascal in, bowls to Milius. Milius is in defense, pushes it out on the offside, and immediately Johan Jeremiah calls him through for the single. Gets it quite comfortably. Good rotation of the strike there. The score has now gone into double figures. 10 without loss brings the left-handed Jeremiah into strike as the field changes over to accommodate him. So the third man is going to be pushed right back on the boundary. There is a backward point, conventional cover, mid-off, mid-on. Mid-wicket is somewhat on the straight side. There's a deep forward square leg. There's a backward square and a fine leg inside the circle. That's the field for Jeremiah, as it's Pascal from the far end who moves in and bowls, and he is flashing at a delivery outside the off stump. I guess his eyes lit up and didn't make contact, and is collected behind the stumps by Smith.
Yeah, and what was so important there is that the foot came across. He played over it, so he basically was in the right position, not pulling away, but that foot went across, tried to hit it down the backward square, and it just teed down a bit, and he missed the shot.
Pascal again once more. He's there and bowls to Jeremiah. Oh, that was an absolute beauty. What a wonderful delivery that was. And you can see him pushing and feeling for it. And the ball just rushing past the feeling, pushing blade. And the keeper collecting behind the stumps. The total remains on 10 without loss.
Yeah, good delivery by Pascal. Yeah, after being roughly treated in one of the games, he came back yesterday and did pretty well, picked up 3 wickets. And this particular delivery really pitched on a good line. Jeremiah, they look into play, and he really left him.
The mid wicket is taken out and put in contrasting directions. It's gone to extra cover. As here is once more Pascal from the far end, the River Road or Cemetery Road end in now, and both to Jeremiah. Jeremiah is looking to turn that out on the onside. They're going through for a single. Well, what a crazy stuff outside there. Now, there was an appeal for caught behind. The umpire said not out, and Jeremiah was tearing down the track. He was going down the track for the single. There was no response, absolutely no response on the part of Milius, who didn't seem to be interested at all. Meanwhile, Jeremiah seemed to be stranded, but just managed to get back home as the throw was hurled to his end.
It'll be interesting to hope we can get that replay to see what actually happened there. Another good delivery by Pascal. Again, that seemed to be leaving the left hander. Whether or not it probably brushed the pad, but it went through to the keeper.
Yeah, there was good pace attached to it too. Jeremiah faces up once more to Pascal. Pascal is getting him to turn it down to fine leg. And there is no run. Got inside the line and turned it neatly. But the fielder is in at the circle and inside the circle, and maybe 10 yards to his left, it would have gone for 4 refill.
Yeah. But good top class bowling by Pascal. It really has been a testing over to Jeremiah.
Very much. Nice battle here. Keenly contested. Over number 2, just one delivery remaining in this over. 10 without loss. As Jeremiah scored the bulk of them so far, he's on 8. Looks up and sees that Pascal is just about there now and bowls, and he is turning that out on the onside. The catch is taken, and let's see what the umpire said. Well, he calls over, so whether it came off, let's see where it may have come off. What's your thoughts, Rapel?
Yeah, I think it came off the tyre, and the pace it went there, I think it really would have come off high up on the tyre.
Well, that's interesting. You know, it's not very often you see the ball going that far when it comes off the thigh pad. Well, all is well that ends well. 11 without loss, 2 overs gone, and it was really a fine over there bowled by Neil and Pascal.
Yeah, well, I think what could have happened, we're not in a position to see whether he would have hit the gloves and onto the tie, but it looked from our angle that it would have definitely came off the ties. Only thing, it would have to probably hit something and get onto the tie. But
it traveled a lot, really. So here's Kaveem Hodge, who's going to be moving in now to bowl to Johan Jeremiah, who to this delivery is looking to pull that down to the backward square area, and the ball inadvertently goes down to third man. They will come back for the second run. That's all they'll be. Looking to heave that over backward square, and the ball took the outer portion of the bat instead, and inadvertently went down to third man. They got 2.
Yeah, it just seemed a bit ruffled after that Pascal over.
Hodge bowls, and he's down the track. He lifts that high and hard. That's a mighty blow. That's a big blow by Jeremiah. Got to the pitch of that, and he lifted it. It was such a sweetly timed shot. You could have seen the confidence exuding from his body after he hit it. Just looked at it with great admiration as it sailed over the boundary line. So that was a wonderful shot by Jeremiah. He's now gone to 16. Is 19 without loss.
Yeah, tremendous shot. His second 6, and really, you know, he got, as you said, got to the pitch of it, you know, and really hit it from middle of the bat, and it really went over long on for 6.
That was beautiful. It was well timed. Such a gorgeous shot that was. Here once more is Hodge in now and balls to Jeremiah, who is coming forward and driving the ball. Beautiful shot for 4. Now, if you think that the previous one was delightful, and indeed it was, this one was absolutely exquisite. He drove it sweetly to the right of the bowler and the fielder of mid-on, at long on rather, which was rather straight, wasn't able to cut that ball off. Wonderful shot. 2 boundaries in succession. Here's Hodge once more, post to Jeremiah. Jeremiah gets a good delivery, opens the face of the bat, and glides it neatly down to third man. Will get a comfortable single. So, a lovely batting display there by Jeremiah, who's gone very quickly to 21. And the total, well, he's got to 21 in only 14 deliveries. The total has got to 24 without loss, brings the right-handed Milius into strike.
Well, it never really looked as though that ball that he hit for 4, that he timed it that well. And it speaks about the timing. The timing that he has in playing his shots.
Here's a delivery that Milius turns down to fine leg area. There's going to be a long chase here. It's going to go over the boundary line. That's 4 runs. That was a naughty delivery. It was slanting down the leg side, ill-directed, came inside the line and turned it neatly down to the fine leg area. 4 runs. So that's 4 more. Milius has gone to 5. This is turning out to be a very, very expensive over so far here. And the total has gone to 28 without loss.
Yeah, good over for the Ginger Generals.
Here's Hodge once more in and bowls to Milius outside the off stump. Cuts well, fine shot, 4 more. Airborne, I must admit, but it was between that third man, short third man, and backward point, and it went quickly across the turf, down to the boundary for 4. So Milius comes into action. He takes on Hodge, very expensive. So his 2 overs have been completed, none for 29 of 2. And Ginger Generals, they are 32 without loss. 32 without loss, 3 overs gone.
Yeah, some 21 runs scored in that over. It's not the over that Hodge would be proud about. Yeah, he bowled a couple of short deliveries, which was dealt with. Jeremiah picked him up and hit him one that he gave a bit of air. And then certainly that last ball went over backward point. Milius, with ease, was able to hit that short ball over backward point for 4.
Mikel Dubisset is going to be taken over from the far end, replacing Nilon Pascal. And they're beginning to motor on now. He's going to bowl to Jeremiah. Here he is, passing the umpire. He's there and bowls. Jeremiah's off the back foot and cuts well over the infield. That's 4. Lovely, really lovely. Oh, he hit that like an old-fashioned Alvin Kalitran in his heyday. Just made a little bit of room out, just a little bit of room. That's right, got across and lifted it nicely over the point area, down to the boundary for 4. He's quickly now gone on to 25. The total has gone to 36 without loss.
A lovely shot by Jeremiah. Again, his movement towards the ball. It was not necessarily a bad delivery, but he came across and get on top of it and lifted it.
Dubisset bowls and Jeremiah hits that. Nobody has moved. Absolutely nobody has moved. He hit that inside out over extra cover. Now this is absolutely gorgeous batting. You can't want it more flamboyant and exciting than that. You know, the old-fashioned shot where nobody moved at all. Everybody looked at it, not with admiration, I dare say, if you are on the field, but we're out here, you just got to admire this lovely stroke play here. He's gone to 31, it's 42 without loss.
Yeah, lovely shot. You see the bending of the knees there and trying to get a little close to it and lifted it over that extra cover. And as you said, nobody moved but looked up at the sky as it cleared the boundary.
It's Dubisset again in now, sneaking past the umpire and bowls to Jeremiah. Jeremiah's on the back foot and hits that down to the deep mid-wicket area. They've gone for 1, won't come back for the second. The return comes to the bowler's end and he got 1. That seemed to have come out to him a little quicker than anticipated. Might have been slightly late onto the shot, but tugged it in the end down to the strictish mid-wicket, a wideish long on preferably, and he was able to get 1. So 1 more to his total. He's gone very quickly now to 32. And Milius, who is 9, now comes in to strike. The current run rate is 12.29, which is rather healthy indeed.
Yeah, they will want to continue that run rate. It has been so far a very impressive start 43 without loss. We still in a power play in the fourth over.
To be set, balls to Milius. There's an appeal for caught behind. Appeal for caught behind. Got him out. Gone. Well. I thought that was extraordinarily belated. The appeal went up, and the umpire remained, well, for a moment as constant as the Northern Star. But I think Smith was he was convinced that the batsman was out, and he kept appealing, and several of the other close-in fielders in the cordon were going up in thunderous appeal, and then the umpire said, you know what, I think that's out. So they've lost the first wicket. Milius has gone for 9, is 43 for 1.
Yeah, he will feel a little bit disappointed there. The umpire, at times they have to make a split decision, but a bit belated. It does look as though it came off the tie pad.
Well, I think Smith was very convinced that he was out. So the dangerous Milius has gone. Caught had the wicket. The bowling of Dubisset, he's gone for 9. The skipper has come in. That's Sir Roland Cato. And we need a skipper's knock from him today. At least he knows he needs it.
Well, there's enough time. We just into the fourth over. And it's important as a captain that he settle down and will play a captain's inning.
Well, here he is facing up to Dubisset, and he is coming forward and driving. Doesn't make contact. Screaming, shout out, how's that, behind the stumps. And Smith, of course, is standing up. He's such a wonderful wicketkeeper, is Dennis Smith. He's got good reflexes, reads the game very well. His glove work has been quite remarkable. We're into over number 4, just a 1 delivery remaining in this over. Dubisset 1 for 11, wheels around from the top of his mark, leans forward and passes the umpire now. Bowls. Cato is coming forward and driving well, fine shot, and that's going to go all the way to the boundary. 4 runs. Well, he drove it nicely, and the field at mid-off really came across. Maybe you may argue he should have cut that off, but again, it was neatly timed too. And so Cato is off the mark. He's gone to 4, and the total at the end of the over, 4 overs gone, is 47 for 1.
Yeah, you're right. The field at mid-off, they just a little bit slow in getting across, and you can see him just looking to stretch what went past him. And well, good shot by Cato. He kept it all along the ground to an over-pitch delivery and stroked it down to long off for 4.
So the power play has been completed, and 47 yielded from the power play at a run rate of 11.75. You happy with that, Rick?
Yeah, it has been a good start. 47 in 4 overs, I think is a good start. Unfortunate lose the wicket of Milius, but certainly a good start. It's a start they can build on. Jeremiah is looking good, playing very well, and now have the captain with him. They should look to bat as long as possible.
Sherman Lewis is going to be bowling from the northern or Dabo end, and he's going to be bowling to the exuberant, exciting Johan Jeremiah. Looks up, Jeremiah sees him coming. He's there now and bowls, and Jeremiah is coming forward and driving the ball up to long off, gets a comfortable single. Got to the pitch of that one. You can hear the grunting of Sherman Lewis. A feature, of course, of so many of our fast bowlers these days. You can hear them grunting. Pascal grunts, Lewis grunts. So many of these fast bowlers are grunting. Even some of the spinners, in fact, are grunting too. So the total has gone to 48 for 1, brings the right-handed Cato into strike, who's 4. Jeremiah is 33. As here once more is Lewis with the number 83 jockeying on his back. He's there now and bowls to Cato. Cato turns it neatly. Lovely shot. Just forward of square. The mid-wicket fielder comes off the boundary rather quickly and sends the return to Smith's good services there. But the batsman had time to cross for 1. So 1 more to Cato, who's now gone on to 5. And the total is pushed on to 49 for 1. So the 50 just looming. Not so much in the distance, just ahead.
Yeah, you're right, just ahead, 49 in the 5th over.
Here is once more Lewis Bowles outside the off stump. No ball. Signaled by the umpire. Guilty of overstepping. That's a cardinal sin when you're playing this kind of cricket. And the free hit is going to be called. So Sherman Lewis there, just guilty of overstepping. But what we have seen, Raphael, in the tournament so far, the free hits have not yielded a lot.
Yeah, no one seemed to have taken the benefits of the free hit in terms of boundaries.
Lewis now in and bowls to Jeremiah. It's a free hit, and Jeremiah looking to scoop that. And it was pitched outside the off stump. It didn't make the kind of contact he wanted. Took more the outer portion of the bat, went down to short third man, but they got a single. He has taken his individual tally now to 34, and the total is pushed on. Ginger Generals, they're now 51 for 1, brings the right-handed Cato now into strike. Just the third man, there two fielders, they're sweeping on the offside. One is a deep backward point and one is on the conventional sweeping position on the boundary. Covers. Here is a delivery that he's looking, just coming inside the line is Cato, looking to work the ball out on the onside. And it might well have been a slow one too, Refill. Collected down the leg side by Smith, but would not have been called a wide because we get the distinct feeling that it might have just brushed the pad on its way through.
Yeah, a good call by the umpire Roger Davis, as Cato moved across. Again, probably trying to tickle it, but a slower delivery again. Was not able to make contact, but didn't pass far from the leg stump.
Lewis in bowls to Cato. Cato is in defense, pushes the ball up to mid-off and gets a comfortable single. Well played, well bowled too. Good all-rounded cricket. And the call was also early. 1 more to his total. It's now gone on to 6. And the total is pushed on to 52 for 1. The run rate 10.70. And they will want to keep that up there as much as possible.
Yeah, I don't think they would want to drop under that. But this over has been a good one by Lewis. Keeping it very quiet.
Lewis is in to bowl to Jeremiah. Jeremiah is off the back foot and cuts well. Fine shot. That's a great shot. Wonderful shot for 4. Now listen, folk. This guy is a special player. He really is a special player. Shot outside the off stump. And just looking at the replay now, off the back foot, Brad Lara. And he hit that so very well. So very well. The timing was great. The power was great. And the geographical location was also great. Carried it over the boundary line. The over comes to an end. We're at the halfway stage. 56 for 1, and Jeremiah goes to 38.
Yeah, lovely shot. And what was key there is his positioning. He was across, and he picked it up, and it really rushed to the boundary. Again, the timing has been exquisite. You know, positioning yourself, you are able to get that ball. You don't have to look for too much power. But there it was the timing. And it really raced across the surface for 4. A really good shot. We would have looked at the tournament, and there are two, in my view, two batsmen. They're all left-handed that times the ball sweetly. And
Yes.
he's one.
Arsenes is the other one, is it?
Artenis is the other one.
These two players, they can really bat. They're beautiful on the eyes. So it's going to be Richard Rogers who's going to be bowling from the far end and moves in now to bowl to Cato. Cato is off the back foot, just pulling away slightly, trying to get room so that he could get power attached to it, but can't pierce the offside field there at the backward point. Here he is once more. In is Rogers and bowls to Cato. Cato is coming forward. The ball takes the inside portion of the bat, it looks, and will go all the way down to the fine leg boundary for 4. Let's wait and see what the umpire would signal. What is he signaling? That's 4 runs. So it took the inside edge of the bat and went between the batsman and the leg stump. And it went down to fine leg for 4. A shot in the dark, they call it. But it yielded 4. He's taken his total to the double figures. He's now got to 10. It's now 60 for 1.
Yeah,
well,
Roger just seemed to get a bit of turn there as he came forward.
Rogers bowls and Cato lifts that one high and hard. Going, that's gone. 6 runs. Got right under it. Got the treatment it deserved. Got it on the half volley and lifted it sweetly over long off. And from the moment it left the bat, you knew it was going to be productive enough to yield 6. He's gone now to 16, is 66 for 1.
Yeah, over pitch delivery and Keto confidently hit it over long off. The field had long off, just stood up, just look at it go over his head.
What a lovely shot that was. Rogers once more in and bolts to Cato. Cato is off the back foot, lifting that down to the long on area. Will the catch be taken? No. That's gone again. It's another 6. Well, this one was shorter in length, flatter in trajectory, rocked onto the back foot. There was a bit of bottom-handedness in it. That's right. And lifted it. And it went down to the long on area. For a moment, you thought that the fielder down there was into action a bit, but it went over him. 6 more. Rogers again in 72 for 1 to bowl to Cato. Cato is coming forward, hitting that down to long off. The catch is going to be taken. No, he's dropped the catch. Oh my golly. And they take 1. Oh, Lewis, he would chide himself. He was the culprit on that long off. Came in, seemed to have it under control, I thought, for a fleeting moment. And then he spilled it. Let's see if we can pick that up. Oh, well, it would have been lovely to see what really happened down there. For a moment, I really thought that he took the catch, and then it went out.
Yeah, bad miss by Lewis. I think if you probably going to look at it here, he actually got to the ball and really a bad miss.
Come boys.
Oh, he was sprawled there and was on his buttocks when the ball got into his hand. Here's Rogers in now and bowls to Jeremiah. Jeremiah gets a good delivery. Could do no more than push it along the track for the bowler to pick up on his follow through. So that completes the over. It's been a rather expensive one. 17 runs coming off that over. 73 for 1. And the Ginger Generals, like military generals, they're marching on.
Yeah, a good start. Been a good over. 17 runs on that first over. Final delivery, and it's good to see we've got 17 in the over, and Jeremiah didn't try anything trying to put away that ball, which was a good delivery. Came forward and just push it in front of him. But at 73 for 1 in 6 overs, really, I think is a good start by the Ginger General.
Very good start indeed. And Dewey said who's had a rather expensive over. 1 for 15 of his first, has been called back to the office to see what he can do, what level of productivity he can get from this over that he has to bowl. Moves in now in bright sunshine. He's there and bowls to Cato. Cato is lifting that. Oh, that's ginormous. That's a huge hit. It went into the stratosphere and gravity prevailed, pulled it down in the end. But that's 6 runs. What a glorious shot that. He has gone on to 23. That was a big hit. It went so high. I think even our cameramen may have had quite a challenge to really to cover it. No, this is not quite there yet in the picture because it was hit so high. 6 runs to Cato, who's gone to 29.
I think this is the biggest 6 that probably have been hit in tournament this year.
Here he is once more. Is to be set in and bowls to Cato. Cato is lifting that again. Oh, that's another one. That's another one that's gone. Almost the same kind of leverage, but it was maybe just slightly flatter, but with the same result. 6 more. He is really traveling on. Now, this is murder. It really is figurative murder outside here, as the Generals are hitting and really massacring this bowling attack here. What a display of batting. He's quickly now gone to 35, almost drawing level there with Johan Jeremiah, and it's 85 for 1.
Yeah, and it's 35 from 12 deliveries. Good positive hitting, getting into position and really hitting well. To be set to Cato, outside the arse stump, off the back foot, looking to cut. No ball signaled by the umpire. And the reason for that is not because he overstepped. It's because he went outside the actual pitch. So it would be called a no ball. The issue is that it must be pitched on the pitch inside that guided white line. And it was outside. And it was a good take by Smith standing up. It's going to be a free hit though. Duby set will move in to bowl to
Kato, and Kato is off the back foot, hitting that in the air. Oh, that's the third six in the over so far. Oh, that's a mighty blow outside the arse stump, rocked on the back foot, and he lifted it in a very clean and handsome manner, imperiously. There was a regal demeanor about that shot over the extra cover area. That's gone for another six. He's now gone quickly to 41. It's 92 for 1.
And we have seen for the first time a free hit. The advantage has been taken off the free hit, and that was hit over extra cover.
And listen, ladies and gentlemen, it's not slogging. Let me tell you this, it's not slogging. These are good, authentic, genuine cricket shots. Here once was Doobie set in and bowls to Kato. Kato is hitting that down to long on. That's going to go for 6-2. Oh, maybe not as big as the other three, but equally significant. 6 runs there. Oh, what bad treatment, what massacre, what danger down here. And he went down on one knee. There was a little bit of bottom-handedness in that and lifted it over long on. That's gone for 6. He's gone to 47. It's 98 for 1. We're in over number 7.
Yeah, very expensive over. 4 sixes has been hit in this over. Kato is really putting on a show.
And still 2 more deliveries to go. Oh my, Doobie said, what can the matter be? In he is now, and balls way outside the arse stump. And Kato was looking to hit that over extra cover. You know what? It's another free hit because it was outside the alignment of the pitch. And the ball, in fact, did go down to the third man area. He got connection to that, didn't he?
Come on, guys.
No? Oh, he didn't. I thought he had gone down to the third man area, but it was a great stave then by Smith. Thought he might have parried it, but no, he didn't. So 99 for 1. This is going to be another free hit. As here once more, as Doobie said, he hopes that maybe the earth can open up so he can swallow him. Moves in now to bowl to Kato. 99 for 1. He's there and bowls to Kato. Kato is coming forward and hitting the ball down to the mid-wicket area. They've gone for 1, won't come back for the second. They didn't hustle for the single at all. So that completes, no, it doesn't complete the overs yet. Still 1 to go, that's right. The 100 has been posted, and in quick time, and we're just in over number 7. So this is turning out to be a big total here by the Ginger Generals. Doobie said, what will he tell his friends and family at the end of the day's play? Moves in now and bowls to Jeremiah. Jeremiah is off the back foot and cuts that one down to backward point. They've hustled for 1. They're coming back for the second and taking his eyes off the ball. And that's when you put pressure on the fielder. So that completes a rather expensive over. Rafael might just tell me how many runs came off that over, but what I do know is 2 overs for 44. Doobie said he would not look at that analysis at all, maybe for the rest of his life. 7 overs gone, 102 for 1.
Yeah, good position, Ginger General. We had 29 runs coming from that last over. Doobie said in his 2 overs going for 44, but really had been really positive and good hitting by Kato. 4 sixes in that over. And again, you know, he's getting into the right position to play the shot. And we saw him hit, in my view, one of the bigger sixes in the tournament. Certainly really would have turned on the pressure on Billy Blasters.
29 of that previous over. Well. What drama. It was absolute carnage. Belligerence.
So he races to 48 from 17 deliveries.
Yeah, so he should be getting his 100 shortly. What a brutal display of batting. Well, brutal is one word, and you could also say what a marvelous display of batting. Here is Lewis from the far end bowls outside the off stump. No ball signaled by the umpire. Overstepping. Oh, Sherman, Lewis, why? I'm sure that the Generals fans, the Ginger Generals, are wondering and saying that you can't do that. You've already been beaten so badly. The total reflecting 103 for 1. You can't be overstepping now. Turns around. That was a capital felony. From the top of his mark in bright sunshine, makes a beautiful approach to the wicket. He's there now. Oh, he doesn't bowl. Maybe not quite comfortable with his approach, and they tell you that if you're not very comfortable with the approach, the best thing to do is abort it and go right back. And quite sensibly too, he's done the correct thing. Goes right back as Kato, who is in blistering form. What a wonderful knock this has been. He's there now, settles over his bat, taps away at the crease, lifts the bat now. Here's Lewis in and bowls to Cato. Cato is off the back foot and hits that ball down to the backward point area. That's four. That's four. Well, you know what? He cleared the front foot and opened up himself, gets a half century. What a wonderful display of batting that. 52 of 19. Believe it or not, 52 of 19. And the Generals, Ginger Generals, oh, they've gone to 107 for 1. What a fine display of batting here.
Yeah, he really smashed that ball through the cover. There was a feeler right on the cover boundary. And with a few steps, really couldn't get across. Really hit that sweetly through the offside.
Lewis bowls off the back foot, cuts down to third man this time. He won't get more than just a single. So 1 to his total as the ball was hit rather fine there as St. Hilaire came off the boundary. So 1 more to his total. It's now got to 53. The left-handed Johan Jeremiah, who has had the spotlight taken off him over the last 2 or so overs because it was all Roland Cato. But here he is now. He would want to get a half century too, I would think. Turns once more. Is Lewis from the top of his mark, begins to move in, brushes past the umpire now and bowls to Jeremiah. Jeremiah hits that inside out down to the extra cover area. They've gone for 1, will come back for the second quite comfortably too. The return is intercepted there by Devon Smith, and the batsmen they canter for 2. So 2 more to Jeremiah, who's now got to 42, and the total has moved rather smartly on and attractively now to 110 for 1. As Jeremiah again will face up to Lewis. Over number 8 in progress. Moves in to bowl to Jeremiah. Jeremiah is pulling that in the air. I think this is going to be taken. Devon Smith gets on the right. Oh, he's dropped the catch. Believe you me, he's dropped the catch. And they come back for the second run. Oh, what made the matter be, really? It was not the hardest catch in the world to take. And I've seen before so many catches dropped which supposed to be rather simple. But somehow Devon Smith, I don't know, maybe he took it a little bit too low. Should have taken the ball much higher than he did.
Well, I think he was wrong-footed. He didn't come into the catch with confidence. And as you see there that, his both feet actually he seems as though he sort of slipped. But really wasn't in the right position to take the catch.
It was airborne long enough for him to get to catch it higher up to the chest area. I think he allowed the ball to drop much too close down to the knee area before he attempted to catch it. 112 for 1. Here is Lewis in now and bowls to Jeremiah. Jeremiah is lifting that down to the extra cover area. 1 bounce before it gets to the fielder, and they do get a single. So he has now pushed his total on to 45, is Jeremiah, and the total has gone to 113 for 1. Just a 1 delivery remaining in this over. And Cato, who has been absolutely outstanding and who has struck the ball with great magnificence and has hit it rather hard and clean, comes into strike.
Yeah, Lewis will be quite a bit disappointed having dropped that catch. Now he's going to look to get some revenge bowling to Cato.
He bowls, and Cato looking to turn that out on the onside. It was a little bit cheeky, I dare say. And they get a single leg by as the ball did cannon into the pad and then dribbled out behind square on the leg side. So that completes the over. 8 overs gone. 114 for 1. 114 for 1. Cato is 53, Jeremiah is 45. The partnership so far has yielded 71 run, and the run rate very high, 14.25.
Yeah, they certainly will want to continue. 114 for 1 and 8 overs. Really is in a good position. And with 2 overs to go, I still think they probably would be trying to get at least another 30 runs in those 2 overs, which really would put them having scored maybe the biggest total in an inning. I think the mood both batsmen are in now, the way they are striking the ball, anything can happen in the next 2 overs.
Yeah, you're right. What a bowling display, what a batting display rather, as Raphael Crony has given way to John Eugene, who's been at the back part of the commentary booth looking at the carnage taking place outside there. And John doesn't always say a whole lot at times, but I wonder what was going. John, what was going through your mind there?
Afternoon, Stevenson. I was just enjoying the batting.
Pascal is in and bowls to Cato. Cato is off the back foot, cuts the ball down to the sweeper position. They get a single, comfortable one. He's now gone on to 54, and the total has moved on to 115 for one. But it's not slogging, just being good cricket shots.
Yes, good positive shots there by Kito and Jeremiah. It's really nice to see good batsmanship, because I think both myself and Crony this morning was calling for that.
Yes. You got it?
Yes, I got it.
There is Neelan Pascal from the Northern Odabo end would move in now to bowl to Johan Jeremiah. Jeremiah is tugging that behind square on the leg side. It's going to be a chase here. It's going to be cut off just inside the boundary. They're going to come back for the second run. So 2 more runs there to Jeremiah. Takes his total to 47. And the total has moved on to 117 for 1. So he would like to get to that landmark. He would like to get to that landmark of 50, 47, 3 short of that. We're in over number 9. There, bowled by Pascal. Moves in now and bowls to Jeremiah. Jeremiah is getting a Yorker-like delivery right up. And came down very heavily on it. They go to for a single. Good work there by Pascal, who came forward. He didn't have the time to really bend down and try to underarm the ball, but use his football skill or lack of it thereof, whatever the case is. But the batsman had time to scurry home, 118 for 1.
Yes, Pascal showing all his experience, follow through after bowling a very good Yorker, and then trying to create a run out.
He has bowled well, hasn't he? Yes, this is into his second over. And just the 5 runs in his spell so far, in contrast to the other bowlers. Here he is once with Pascal in and bowls to Cato. Cato is getting a Yorker-like delivery and hits it down to long on, gets a single. So 1 more to his total, Cato. This is good bowling, isn't it?
Yes.
Really good bowling.
Definitely good bowling from Neelan Pascal, going right up in the block hole.
119 for 5. Cato is 55. Jeremiah is 48, just 2 short of a landmark, as Neelan Pascal, with all his experience in the world, the old veteran, moves in there now and bowls to Jeremiah. Jeremiah looking to get inside and scoop that down to fine leg. This is the 3rd time he has essayed that shot, but it didn't bring any success story for him.
Yes.
And Smith collecting behind the stumps.
Yes, definitely. He has been successful hitting the ball straight and hitting the ball through the covers and down the ground, and he looking to lap this time and unsuccessful.
Pascal again in and bowls to Jeremiah. Jeremiah is pulling that down to the deep forward square area. Now they've gone for 1. They're going to come up for the second. The return is coming to the non-strikers end, and there was Smith calling out, keeper's end. But he threw it at the non-strikers end, and the batsman saw the opportunity to scamper for the second. So the 50 has been posted for Jeremiah. He's exactly 50. What a wonderful innings this has been. And the Ginger Generals, after some 9 overs, they're 121 for 1. And as Rafael Crony did say, they probably get up to 130.
Yes, a very good innings by Johan Jeremiah. He has batted well throughout the tournament so far, and on this occasion posting yet another 50. But in the contrast, a very good over bowl by Neelan Pascal.
Yeah, very good over. And after 2 overs, Pascal has picked up none for 8. Would you believe this? None for 8. Just tells you the importance of experience. Well bowled, Neelan Pascal. Ginger Generals 121 for 1. So this is the final over. Bowled. Here's a delivery that he was looking to hide that down to over long on. Didn't make contact. And the keeper maybe just taking it on the pad. Both batsmen going down to have a mid-wicket conversation as Rogers once more from the far end moves in to bowl to Cato. He's there now and bowls, and Cato is lifting that down to long on. Will the catch be taken? No. They won't come back for the second. Thought about it. The return comes into the keeper's end, and they stay for one. So one more to Cato. It went over, well, to the direction of long on, and Pascal was coming in, but didn't have a chance at all for a catch. I think Devon Smith was somewhere there at mid-wicket, and the bowler was also running back, but it fell in no man's land. So Jeremiah, who is exactly 50, faces up to Rogers, way outside the off stump. Wide signal by the umpire, well kept there by Dennis Smith, who's really had good glove work.
Yes, Dennis Smith, quite competent
Really?
behind the stumps.
It's looking really good. In once more is Rogers and bowls, and Jeremiah hits that down to the long on area. This time the catch is taken, and Lewis coming forward, he says, well, I'm not going to make the mistake that I made earlier on. So Johan Jeremiah goes after a wonderful knock, a knock of 50, finally cut down there at the long on area of the bowling of Rogers. He is gone for exactly 50. It's 123 for 2, and maybe it was just a little too late.
I think very good innings there by Johan Jeremiah, showing his class and his touch, and he really played well. And 123 for 2. Stevenson, you think it's too late? I heard you said it's too late, but we also have to spare for the field side with all his experience, batsman Devon
I
Smith
know.
and Devon Smith, Calvin Hodge, and even Dennis Smith himself.
Yes. So they got a good lineup that can also chase that down. Rogers to bowl to the new batsman in Daniel McDonald, who is clipping that down to the deep mid-wicket area. Cuts 4 runs. Well, I think they'll be disappointed with that. Really disappointed. Clipped it down to mid-wicket, and I don't think the fielder really made the kind of effort that they really anticipated. But 4 runs resulted anyway, and so he is now gone on to. Oh, was that Cato? Yeah, it was Cato, wasn't it? Yeah, the batsman did cross while the ball was airborne. So that's right, Cato. So here once more is Rogers. He's got 2 legal deliveries remaining. In now and would bowl to Cato. Cato is looking to hit that inside out. It goes down to extra cover. Will the catch be taken? Dropped again. Another dismal miss. They come back for the second run. In fact, goes over the boundary line. 4. Whoa, that cannot be a happy team outside there at all. It was hit. It went high in the air. It looked as though, well, he had sufficient time to get across, and in the end, didn't really turn it into a catch. So this is the final delivery coming up. He is there and bowls on the leg side. Wide signal by the umpire. So one more to the total. It's now gone on to 132 for 3. As Rogers once more moves in to bowl to Cato, who's 64, and Cato is coming forward. Drives the ball down to long on. They've hustled for 1. Are they going to come back for the second? They're coming. They get it. The bowler did not really, Rogers didn't really grasp the ball. The throw was not the best in the world either. So they got 2. And, Rogers seemed to be very upset with himself and maybe upset with the overall performance of his team. But they got to the 130 mark that we predicted they may have gotten to. 134 for 2, 134 for 2. Cato, 66. Not out. Donald McDonald, not out, no score. The current run rate, or the run rate for the innings, 13.40. 13.40. And to tell you the truth, that's a marvelous, such a marvelous display of batting. And I'm sure that the Bayleaf Blasters will go in there and they would probably be chiding themselves for a poor fielding and bowling display.
Yes, I agree with you, Stevenson. The Bailiff Blasters being one of the front runners in this tournament, and certainly their fielding in particular let them down. We see a number of opportunities being spilled, and once you drop catches in this format, and especially players like Kato and you and Jeremiah, they're going to punish you, and that's exactly what happened out there, and the Bailiff Blasters, they have the work on their hands cut out now.
Yeah, really work on the hand cut out. So Milias was caught Dennis Smith of the bowling of Dewey set for 9. Johan Jeremiah caught Sherman Lewis of the bowling of Rogers for 50. Roland Cox not out. Cato rather. Did I say Roland Cox? I'm sure that
You said Roland Cox.
I did say that, right? I wonder if Roland is listening somewhere there in St. Lucia. So, not out 66 of 28 balls, spent 32 minutes at the crease, 5 fours and 6 sixes in that blistering, scorching innings of 66. Let's look at the analysis there of Jeremiah: 31 balls, 3 fours and 3 sixes. So Daniel McDonald was not out, no score. Ginger Generals 134 for 2, 134 for 2. The run rate 13.43. Now let's look at the bowling analysis. Before that, let's look at the extras. Extras 9, 3 leg byes, 2 wides, 4 no balls, and the bowling. Kareem Hodge 2 overs, no wins, none for 29. Neil Pascal, what a wonderful bowling display. 2 overs, no wins, none for 8. Amical Dubisset, well, he was extraordinarily expensive. 2 overs, no wins, 1 for 44. Sherman Lewis, 2 overs, no wins, none for 20. And Richard Rogers, rather expensive too, 2 overs, yielding 30 runs, but picking up 1 wicket. So that's the dismal bowling and fielding display there of the Bailiff. So the Ginger Generals 134 for 2, 134 for 2. And I am sure that the Bailiff Blasters will have to bat extraordinarily well in order to do something special or to overhaul that total of 134.
Yes, Stevenson, a challenge, a very challenging total here, set by the Ginger Generals, 134 runs to get from 10 overs. Certainly, the work has to be cut out for the Bailiff Blasters. I don't think it's beyond them, but it will take some doing.
Yes, we've got innings break, and as usual, we have our usual interview. I think, Shireen, if you're ready for us, you go right ahead there.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. We're here with Dubisset of the Bailiff Blasters. Now, Dubisset, you guys just bowled and fielded this first innings. Tell us a little bit about your game plan going into today's match.
Well, when today to executed, it didn't go to plan. We were saying anything within the range of 70 to 80 runs. We could have back ourselves and chase it down with the bowling attack that we had, but unfortunately, it didn't work out that the way we thought it would have going to field first.
Okay, and as you mentioned, that unfortunately didn't work out. In the game this morning, we saw a heavy fast bowling attack, and you guys opted to go with spin. Was that by design?
No, it was not. We just play at the conditions. We just use the strengths we have. Pascal at the front and Kavim as well, who has been doing very well for us. But nevertheless, we have to say hats off to Kato. He put a brilliant innings, and he just set us back.
Okay, and you have to make 135 runs to win. Are you prepared to do that?
Well, of course, we have to back ourselves. Runs on the board is always runs on the board, and we have capable batsmen. We have the likes of Devon Smith, Sentile, we have Hodge. All the batsmen have to chip into the week. We have to chase it. The runs are already on the board. We have to go out there and play positive and see how close we could get to it and cross the line.
Okay, well, I'm expecting some very good cricket. All the best in your chase.
Yeah, thanks very much.
So, Amical Dubisset.
Now we have with us captain of the Ginger Generals, Roland Cato. Roland, you guys just put on a spectacular display of cricket, posting a total of 134. What was the plan going into today's match?
After losing the toss and them sending us to bat, we was looking at a target of 120 plus. I think that the openers did a wonderful job for us once more. It's 40 something, I did 3 point something over. So me going into bat in that position, no worries.
It was no worries. And we noticed that the innings was decorated with a flurry of boundaries. How would you assess the playing position, the playing conditions, and how that assisted in making all these boundaries?
I think that the wicket is a pretty good wicket. And as I said, the start we got, we just had to go hard from there. And it just happened that today was the day and it worked out decently so far.
And now what can we expect from your bowling in order to defend the 134 run?
We as a bowling unit, we just had to go there and be disciplined. Bowl to our plans, stick to our plans, and at the end of the day, let the result take care of itself.
Okay, thank you very much and all the best in your chase.
All right, no problem.
Today was the day, and it worked out decently. that's how Roland Cato put it, and quite rightly too. It was the day. It worked out decently. It worked out decently in the batting. They better work it out decently with the bowling. So that's the situation, folk. 134 for 2, 134 for 2 Ginger Generals, and Roland Cato scoring a beautiful knock of 66, and Johan Jeremiah a wonderful knock of 50. Well, we're going to be waiting for Bayleaf to come and do their response. Whether they're going to overhaul it, come close to it, or fall very short, we'll have to wait and see. Join us then.
The biggest and safest summer festival in the region, August 8th and 9th. Let's go to Grenada for Spice Mass. Call your booking agents and get your tickets today.
Live from the stadium that delivered that memorable and emphatic win to the West Indies, Grenada, comes the Dream 11 Spice Style T10 2.0 cricket competition. 30 matches, 14 days of exciting T10 cricket action. 6 teams, only one will be champions. See the likes of the Spiceman, Andre Fletcher, Devon Smith, international players Kesrick Williams, Alec Atenes, and more. Support your team. Love the game. Dream 11 Spice Style T10 2.0 cricket competition, April 5th to the 18th, Grenada National Stadium. Pure Spice of the Caribbean.
Energy. The world runs on it every day.
Good morning. Welcome to Seoul. Hi. Hi.
And when we put the best of the Caribbean together with the energy we harness, everything runs so much smoother. Because at the end of the day, it's all about connecting people.
Happy birthday, Dad.
So, wherever your journey begins.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
Have you ever seen a jab cooking oil down and Tanya log in the same pot? Neither have we until now. But we guarantee there is a whole lot more amazing things to see on your next trip to Grenada. And if you encourage someone to book an adventure to our island paradise, then you can be one of the winners of special prizes compliments the 473 Connect program by the Grenada Tourism Authority. Sign up at experts.puregrenada.com/473connect.
Welcome back here at the National Cricket Stadium here in St. George, Grenada. Ginger Generals, as we told you not too long ago, 134, and we're now getting ready for the response of Bayleaf. And so here is the first ball. That is, there's an appeal for leg before as the ball wraps the batsman on the pad, just sliding down the leg side. And the opening pair of Hodge and St. Hilaire and Larry Edwards opening the bowling attack from the northern Dabo end. Moves in now to bowl to St. Hilaire. St. Hilaire leaves that down to the deep backward square boundary, and that's gone all the way for 6. Well rocked on the back foot and lifted that clean and went over the boundary line, 6 runs. So this is a good start. This was just ball number 2. It was short and sat up, and he just swiveled and pulled it down to backward square for 6. So he's off the mark in quite spectacular fashion. He's gone to 6, and the Bayleaf Blasters 6 without loss.
Yeah, poor delivery there by Larry Edwards, dragging this one down.
St. Hilaire faces up now to that hits in the air, and return catch drop. That really was hit hard by St. Hilaire, and Larry Edwards just seemed to parry it, and well, maybe it just went too far behind him for him to recover. It was powerfully struck. He probably didn't think that it will come back at him, and they got 1. Brings Hodge into strike. So already excitement building up. 2 previous deliveries were excited. One yielded 6 runs, and the other one a drop catch. Edward bowls to Hodge. Hodge is playing that up on the onside. The bowler running across rather quickly picks up on the swallow through and sends the return to the keeper. So 7 without loss. This is the first over, and they want to have a productive power play. That's going to be very important. Edward in now and bowls, and Hodge is turning that up on the onside in front of square of the umpire, gets a comfortable single. So 1 to Hodge, who's just come off the mark, and the total is pushed by 1 to 8. 8 without loss. St. Hilaire comes back into strike. Here is Edward once more. Left arm orthodox, wrong the wicket, and bowls, and he is off the back foot. That St. Hilaire tucks the ball down to long on, gets a comfortable single. So that completes the first over, and at the end of the first over, Bayleaf Blasters, they're 9 without loss. 9 without loss. They still require 126 of 54.
Yeah, steady over there by Larry Edwards, despite St. Hilaire hitting him over mid-wicket for 6. Just conceding 9 runs in the first over.
Yes, so 9 runs in the first over. Nicholas Redhead will be picking it up from the far end. He does like to bowl from the far end. He's got a lovely approach. I always think that he looks like Alan Donald from South Africa, the great fast bowler, who said that the person who he found to be most technical was Sachin Tendulkar. Here he comes in now to bowl to St. Hilaire. St. Hilaire is driving over the top, inside out, fine shot. That's gone for 4. Oh, that was a wonderful shot. It was pitched up, and he presumptuously opened the face of the bat and hit it over the infield, and it went down to the boundary for 4.
Yes, a lovely shot by St. Hilaire. I like the approach of St. Hilaire. Is one way. It's just one way. It's just going after the bowling.
Yeah, it's there to hit it, he says. 13 without loss. Yeah, once more is Redhead. Well, he sort of started and aborted his approach, would go back and turns, begins to move in lovely sunshine. Beautiful approach. He really is a lovely sight to watch at bowls outside the off stump. And St. Hilaire looking to cross back that one. He was looking to hit that maybe through mid-on area. Might have been advised to try to uppercut that one maybe, or hit it square of the wicket on the offside. But he wanted to tug it from outside the off stump through the onside. Beaten by pace and bounce. Bailey Blaster 13 without loss. As Redhead goes back on the top of his mark, there is a third man, backward point, cover, extra cover in the mid-off as Redhead is in now and bowls, and St. Hilaire is off the back foot, hits that, inside out, that's going to go all the way, does it? In fact, yes, 6, over the boundary line. Well, he went under it, didn't try to keep it down at all. He knew exactly where he wanted to go. You could see him, in fact, getting under it, lifting it rather high and imperiously, and it sailed over the boundary line by about 10 yards, and it went away for 6. So that's a fine start, fine shot. He's quickly gone to 18. It's 19 without loss.
Oh yeah, so a lovely shot by St. Hilaire. Redhead presenting whiff and St. Hilaire accepting and hitting that one way over the backward point region for a magnificent 6.
Yes, nobody seemed to be keen about going after it because it was going to be 4 anyway. The third man is pulled up inside the circle, and there is now a deep mid-wicket push right back as here once more is Redhead in now and bowls to St. Hilaire, who is driving that in the air, caught at mid-off. Well, maybe one shot too many, just one too many, and he was looking to hit that over the mid-off area, and the catch has been taken, and so the Blasters, they've lost their first wicket, and so Nicholas Redhead has made the breakthrough, got the wicket of St. Hilaire, caught there by Jeremiah. They're at mid-off of the bowling of Redhead for 18. Well, he probably would say that he played it his hands. 19 for 1, and the Ginger Generals, they have struck.
Yes, an important blow struck by the Ginger Generals, getting the wicket of St. Hilaire. St. Hilaire, at the time he spent at the crease, he looked quite dangerous, and a good wicket there by the Bailiff Blasters.
So, Devon Smith, who has seen it all, and I say seen it all from the context that he's played all different versions of games, and people may not remember this, but Devon did in fact play several 2020 games for the West Indies. Yes, he did.
Yeah, Devon has been a long-serving member of Wino Islands Cricket, Grenada and Wino Islands, and also the West Indies. And, you know, he has so much to offer. He's still a part of the Wino Island Volcanoes.
So, here is Redhead, Nicholas Redhead. He's going to move into bowl to Devon Smith, who's yet to score. He's there now, and bowls to Smith. Smith is swinging that down to backward square. Does it have sufficient to carry it over the boundary line? Does. 4. Well, he chased that down to the backward square area and did get a hand to it, but in the end didn't push it back sufficiently, and it came back on him and rolled over the boundary line. That was Thomas. So 4 runs to Devon Smith for the single ball that he has faced. I'm sure that Redhead wouldn't be very happy about that. Here he is again, brushing past the umpire, bowls to Smith, and Smith is hitting that in the air, down to the long off area. That's a fine shot. That's gone all the way. Hey, that's 6. That's a mammoth blow. Well, it just, what a blow to climax the over. Got under it and lifted it. So 2 successive boundaries, 1 a 4, pulled down to backward square, and a 6 hit straight as a pipeline, back over the bowler's head. And Devon Smith, whether that is a signal of things to come, we'll have to see. But the Bayleaf Blasters, well, after 2 overs, they're on course. They're 29 for 1.
Yes, Devon Smith has come in and show his intentions, made his intentions quite clear, and that this was a lofted off drive with back over the big fast bowler's head, and no fast bowler likes to be hit back over his head. And an expensive over by Nicholas Redhead.
Rather expensive. 20 runs coming off his bowling. 20 coming off his first over. And Daniel McDonald has been hailed into the attack. And he's going to move in now to bowl to Hodge. Here he is, bowl to Hodge. That's a bad delivery down the leg side. Wide, signaled by the umpire. Well, he actually called wide and stretched out his hands like an aeroplane that wanted to take off. Here he is once more. McDonald, that's down the leg side again. Another wide ball. Not good bowling here. This is not very good bowling. I'm sure that Cato wouldn't be happy about that at all. Total has moved on by 1 to 31. As here is again a delivery that is pushing him onto the back foot. They've hustled for 1. Won't come back for the second. The return comes in to the keeper. They get a single. So just 1 legal delivery gone in this over so far, but 3 runs there because there have been a couple of wides. Brings the left-handed Devon Smith into strike. He has had 2 boundaries, just the 2 deliveries he has faced, 32 for 1. They still need 103 or 47. It's a big asking rate. And here once more is McDonald. He's going to go around the wicket. Moves in now. And he is coming around the wicket now to bowl to Devon Smith. He's just about there. Bowls to Smith. Smith is pulling that through the mid-wicket area. He'll get just a single. They won't come back for the second. So 1 for him there to Devon Smith. And the total has moved by 1 to 33. Brings Kareem Hodge, who is on 2, into strike. Here he is once more. McDonald in and bowls to Hodge. Hodge is going onto the back foot. Pulls that down to the mid-wicket area. They've gone for 1. Will come back for the second. The return comes in. Devon Smith is fast enough, beats it. And they get 2. So 2 more to Hodge. It's gone to 4. 35 for 1. Over number 3 in progress. The run rate is 14. McDonald bowls down the leg side and he heaves that over the deep backward square. That's gone a long way. Now that was a bad delivery. It was poor, really poor indeed. And it was a rank long hop, ill-directed, and he just lifted it over the deep backward square area. So Kareem Hodge hits a big boundary. He's gone to double figures. He's gone to 10. And Bayleaf Blasters, they're really careening after that one. They're 41 for 1.
Yes, poor delivery there by the bowler McDonald. Kareem Hodge accepting the gift really and just helping himself to 6 runs. The Ginger Generals, Stevenson, really not helping their cause. The run rate is way over the required run rate.
Yeah, 15.28. Here he is once more. Is McDonald bowls to Hodge, and Hodge is down on his knees, and he lifted that. Oh, that's a glorious 6. That's a wonderful 6. From the moment it left the bat, there was 6 written all over it, and he knew it. Devon Smith knew it. The umpires knew it, and also the fielders knew it, and we, the commentators, knew it. 6 runs, a marvelous blow. He is quickly pushed on to 16. It's now 47 for 1.
Yeah, that was 6 from the minute it left the bat, and that went like about 10 rows back on the stance. A massive hit by Kareem Hodge.
Well, here is McDonald. Sneaks past the umpire, bowls to Hodge. Hodge is lifting that again. Oh, that's gone. That's gone. That's another 6. Humongous. Gigantic. Huge. Quite extraordinary hitting here by Kareem Hodge. He's gone to 22. Another big blow. And believe it or not, it's 53 for 1. 53 for 1. And the 3rd over has just been completed. The run rate is 17.67.
Well, Kareem Hodge was just saying if you didn't like the first one, I hope you like this one. This one went the similar direction. Brilliant batting by Kevin Hodge and bringing up the 50 in just 3 overs. Stevenson, good going here by the Bailiff Blasters.
Well, they're really blasting the way to this. And if somebody cannot come and just put the brakes on, the accelerator, because the pedal has been pushed very deep and hard now, and they're motoring along at breakneck speed. 53 for 1, just 3 overs gone. Well, well, well. Who would have thought that this was the kind of response that Bailiff Blasters would make when considering that there were carnage all over the ground by Johan Jeremiah and Cato. Now is their time, and they're making hay while the sun shines.
Yes, lovely. Beautiful batting, and what a place to be this Sunday afternoon, Stevenson, watching this display of batting by both sides.
Yeah, we had a lovely day at church this morning. It really was lovely, I must say, John. And then to come and have something as lovely like this, well, it made my Sunday, at least so far.
Yeah.
They require 82 of 42. Devon Smith is 11 of 3. And he'll be taking strike. I think they will all be wondering, well, who should we give the ball next? I tell you who they've decided to give it to. Javel St. Paul has been given the ball, and maybe he's saying, oh, I wish it were not me.
I don't think anybody wants it now.
What a game of cricket this. We've lost the sunshine just temporarily, and St. Paul comes in now to bowl to Smith. He's there and bowls, and Smith is wrapped on the pad. There is a peel for like before. The ball goes out on the offside, and there is no run. Not any great enthusiastic appeal, more optimistic than anything else. So it's 53 for 1. Devon Smith is on 11. Hodge is 22. So this partnership has yielded 34, the run rate 16.74. The required run rate is only 12. As here St. Paul in now and bowls to Devon Smith. Devon Smith turns it neatly down to backward square. There's a call for 2, and they in fact would get 2. The return is going to come back. They're coming for the third run. They've got to hurry, and the return comes in. Ooh, and they get 3. Thomas was going down there. I think he just had a little bit of slip and slide. So they got 3. What looked to be 2 turned into 3.
Yes, the fielder is Thomas making heavy work of this delivery, and the ball keep running away from him, and the batsman taking this opportunity and running 3 runs.
Yes, he looked rather awkward there going after the ball, and then just started slipping a little bit more like a cow on ice. So 56 for 1. As Hodge. 22 here once more is St. Paul in now, and both the Hodge is getting a delivery outside the off stump, and I think he wanted to cart that through the offside. The ball took the under edge and went back to the bowler, who picked up on his follow through. That's a dot ball. It's a rather uncharacteristic ball in the inning so far, because they've been scoring virtually on everything, so it's almost like an anti-climax. That 56 for 1. As Kareem Hodge, who's 22, looks up and sees that St. Paul's is coming in. Bowls, and Hodge lifts that down to the long off area, will get a single, and the return comes in rather quickly. So just a one run. So far, St. Paul has bowled a pretty good over. None for 4. 4 legal deliveries have already been bowled. The left-handed Devon Smith comes into strike. The run rate 15.55. They'll want to keep that up there for as long as possible. St. Paul once more brings in the sweeper position to cover. Leans forward, straightens his approach. Now he's there and bowls to Smith. Smith is lifting that, drive that, nice shot, fine shot, 4 runs. Oh, that was lovely. There is a feeler at mid-off, which was a little bit on the deep side, but he hit it very well between that feeler and the ball on his follow-through, and it went quickly down to the boundary for 4. And so Devon Smith pushes on to 18. It's 61 for 1.
Yes, this delivery is right in the slot, and Devon Smith making no mistake, hitting it back past the bowler for 4.
You're right. He didn't lose his shape at all. Here it's St. Paul now bowls to Smith, and Smith is tugging that out to the long on area. Was that a catch?
No,
it wasn't. Okay. I thought for a fleeting moment it may have carried, but he got a single. That's Devon Smith, who's gone to 19. And Hodge, who's 23, comes into strike at the end of the over. So 4 overs gone, 62 for 1. That's the end of the power play that yielded 62 with a run rate of 15.50. They need to bat at 12.17. That's the required run rate. And they need some 73 of 36.
Yes, an excellent power play there by the Bayleaf Blasters, 62 for 1 of 4 overs. Just the score that they would need after 4 overs.
Yes, just what they needed, just what the doctor needed, and just what the captain needed too. Oh, well, you know, we've had to go here this afternoon. We hardly could draw a breath because so much excitement, John, in the commentary booth, and you have to be strong vocally to be able to keep up with the pace at which things are unraveling and unfolding out there. 62 for 1. Devon Smith is 19. How well he has played. Here is a delivery. Devon Smith wayward delivery wide will be confirmed by the umpire. There's Chemo Peters with his first delivery, deciding to go on the white side, but it was too far. Peters is in and bowls to Smith. Smith is off the back foot. Cut. Oh, 4 runs. 4 runs. Well, it shouldn't have. It really should not have been. Paul Thomas. You know, Thomas, the ball has been following him all over the place. And that one was cut down to third man. That seemed to be his customary position. And he dived all around over the ball. And it went down to the third man boundary for 4. Well, a rueful loss of 4 runs there because it really should not have been a single at all. Smith has gone to 23. Kavim Hodge is also on 23, is 67 for 1.
Yes, the fielder Thomas again making heavy work of a simple fielding effort.
Yeah, he really made a mess of that one. He really did. So Chemo Peter moves in now to bowl to Devon Smith, beg your pardon, who's just maybe taken a leg stump guard. So here he is now. Peters in now to bowl to Smith. Smith is coming forward and tugs the ball down to the mid-wicket area, and they've gone for 1. They will come back for the second run quite easily, as there was in fact a bit of a tumbling save there down at the deep mid-wicket area, and they got 2. So Peters again moves in to bowl to Smith. He's there and bowls, and Smith is hitting that. Fine shot. That's gone all the way for 6. Oh, well, he took it. I think he fetched it from outside the off stump. We're going to look at the replay to see whether I'm correct about that one. He fetched it from outside the off stump. That's right. Went down and Slog swept it over mid-wicket. That was a lovely shot. Really imperious it was. He's motored onto 31. The Blasters, they've blasted the way to 75 for 1. Great shot. Oh, I really love this. Here he is once more. Peters in and bowls to Devon Smith. Smith is getting one wide outside the off stump. The umpire just opens his hands and says, oh, that's another wide. So 1 more to the total. Another outside the off stump. Just wondered whether Devon Smith was ready. Was he ready?
Yes, he was ready.
Yeah, the umpire.
The umpire did not signal wide this time.
No, and he didn't signal dead ball either. So here is Peters in now and bowls to Smith. Smith is hitting that back past the ball, and that's going to go into the boundary. Yes, it does. 4. Well, he struck that hard back past the bowler, and the fielder there in Jeremiah came across rather quickly there to his left, and it was a touch and go situation because it was hit so hard. Here is Jeremiah coming across, made a gallant effort. The ball cannoned into his body and then ricocheted over the boundary line. So that's another 4 to Devon Smith, who's gone to 35. It's 80 for 1. Here's a delivery that Smith is coming forward, drives the ball down to the cover area. They've gone for 1. We'll come back for the second. They've got to hurry. The return comes in. Oh, and the keeper doesn't gather quickly, doesn't gather cleanly. More drama, more excitement. And the Bailey Blasters, well, what a response here. They've 82 for 1, 82 for 1. Devon Smith is 37 and Hodges 23, and it's all excitement there. The run rate now is 16.40, 10.60 needed. 5 overs gone. We're at the halfway mark. It means that they need 53 of 30.
Yes, very expensive over there by Peters, and the field is really not helping him, helping out. And Devon Smith playing a very how would call it an explosive innings.
Yes. Oh, you got it right, John. You got it right. Explosive.
Yeah.
It's not short of explosive. Well, you know, they used to call him shotgun.
Shotgun, yes.
Remember that?
Yes. he's still shotgun.
Still shotgun.
He's a little slower now, but he's still shotgun.
Still shotgun. Oh, remember the glory days, didn't you?
Oh, yes. Yes. I'll enjoy batting with Smithy.
Oh, it was a love. It really was a love. So, Redhead is hailed back into the attack. He's got 1 for 20 so far. He was roughly treated in his first over, and he's going to be moving into bowl to Hodge with 23. From the far end, in beautiful sunshine, it's a lovely day this. Here is Nicholas Redhead in on both. So Hodge hits that in the air.
Oh.
That's going. It's going. It's still going. Gravity has just prevailed and pulled it down, but not before it went over the boundary line. That's 6 runs. It was pitched up, and Hodge came forward, went right under it, and lifted it sweetly. The timing was majestic, and the result was imperious, and it went over the boundary line. 6 runs there to Hodge, who's got to 29, the total 88 for 1.
Yeah, this was just a beautiful cricket shot.
Just lovely, really lovely to look at. Gosh, I'm enjoying every moment of this. Here is once more Redhead in and bowls to Hodge. Hodge is getting away with delivery outside the off stump. The umpire looked rather closely and said, hey, that was too wide for my liking. He spread his arms out to suggest that that's a wide. Confirmed there. 1 more to the total. It's gone out to 89. 89 for 1. And the extras have now gone on to 5. So it's 5 wide that make up the extras. There is a third man. No sweeper down on the boundary, but there is an extra cover, long off, long on, deep mid-wicket, square leg as Redhead comes in and bowls to Hodge, and Hodge is looking to hit that down to the mid-wicket area, and they will come back for the second run indeed. They get 2. Oh my golly. Well. I think panic is stepping into the camp, stepping into the Ginger's camp. 91 for 1, 91 for 1. Smith is 37. Hodge has gone to 33 as Nicholas Redhead once more. 1 for 29. He's only into his second over. Moves in. Bowls to Hodge. Hodge is looking to hit that over the deep backward square area and does in fact pierce the field. That's gone for 4. That's gone for 4. He went down on one knee and in a very skillful, dexterous manner just paddled it around, so to speak, lifted it down to the backward square area. He got 4. He's gone to 35. It's 95 for 1.
Yes, Calvin Hodge really taking Redhead to pieces there. Redhead trying to bowl a slower one, and Calvin Hodge equal to the task and just lifting it over the backward square for yet another boundary.
Yeah, he's taking him to the tailor. Oh, cutting up his cloth. Here he is once more. Is Redhead. He's there now and bowls to Hodge. Hodge is lifting that high and hard. That's going again. Humongous, big, really big. It's a biggie. It's gone by the old scoreboard there. Almost hit the electronic scoreboard. That's gone for 6. That was a mammoth hit. Oh, he's on fire. He's really more than cantered. He's galloped now to 41. The 100 has now been posted. 101 for 1. And what a response here by the Bailey's Blasters. Well, you tell you what, if you told me that was going to be the response, I would say no.
Yes, Stevenson, this is probably the biggest 6 of the tournament. Hitting against the wind.
Oh my God!
This almost hit the side screen. So massive 6. by Calvin Hodge.
Oh, that was big. That was a big hit for a little man. He's not a 6-footer, by the way. He's just about 5'7" thereabout. But he hit that like a really, really powerful man. Here is Nicholas, a redhead in now, and bowls. And he is coming forward and driving the ball up to long on. And they start and stop, and they will, in fact, decide to go back. They thought for a moment. Both of them made some tentative exploratory steps down the ground, and the return came into the keeper's end. In the end, they decided, no, we better not do that, and they settled for one. So, 37 to Devon Smith. Hodges 42, 102 for 1, 102 for 1. And Redhead still got one delivery to go. The run rate is 17.49. I don't think it ever went up there like that in any of the matches so far. I don't think so, really. But that's what it is. They had to be scoring quickly. Here's Redhead, comes in now to bowl to Smith. And Smith is having a big swish as that outside the off-turn. There's a appeal for caught behind. Doesn't wait at all for the umpire to raise the fatal index finger. So Devon Smith is gone. Caught behind there of the bowling of Redhead. And whoa, you can see the body language of the fielding team as if to say, oh, well, finally we've got somebody. They assemble together, and I don't think they're as animated as if the score were, let's say, 70 for 2. It's 102 for 2, 6 overs. They require 33 from 24.
Yes, a good strike there by Nicholas Redhead, coming back and taking the wicket of Devon Smith. I hope it's not too late.
Oh, well, looking at his bowling analysis, he's picked up the 2 wickets to fall, but he was rather expensive. He's picked up 2 for 40. And so Bayleaf Blasters, Dennis Smith quite rightly has come out. So one Smith, the uncle, is dismissed, and the nephew has come in. Well, if we're talking about the Smith's evening, and he kept so very well, that's Dennis Smith.
Yeah.
They tell you when fielders feel very well, they tend to bat very well too. So let's see whether Dennis Smith is going to keep the sequence going. Bayleaf Blasters 102 for 2. Hodge will be taking strike, and Larry Edward is brought back into the bowling attack. They shouldn't give up this, the Generals. They really shouldn't. We still got a game on hand, don't we? Here is Edward. He's going to move in to bowl to Hodge. Here he is now. All is ready. There's a little hush around the ground as he's there now. Edward in and bowls. Well, he doesn't bowl. He doesn't bowl. Brings more drama to the atmosphere here as Hodge 42 taps away. Here's Edward in and bowls to Hodge. Hodge is off the back foot and hits that. Oh, that's gone. That's a big hit. That's 6 runs. Well, you know what? This is his 6th 6. He's 48, and out of those 48, 36 runs have come from 6s, and just 4 he has hit. So 40 out of the 48 runs he has scored, they've come off boundaries. Big shot.
Certainly a big shot.
Edward in again, bolt to Hodge. Hodge is looking to swing that out on the outside, and might have been slightly slower in the air. Runs across to his right is Edwards and prevents the batsman from crossing for the single. 108 for 2 as Edward once more wrung the wicket and bowls, and Hodge is driving out to extra cover. Gets a comfortable single. The return comes in. 2. So they get 2, in fact, because the fielder down there seems to be Redhead, having to run across to his left rather quickly and just cut it off. So 2 more to Hodge. His 50, in fact, has just come up of 17 deliveries, 110 for 2 Bayleaf. Here he is once more. Edwards in and bowls the Hodge. Hodge is getting a full toss that he pulls down to the mid-wicket area, and that's gone for 4. It was a badly directed delivery. Got it on the full and pulled it down to the deep mid-wicket area. 4 runs, and that was well treated there. 54 now to Kaveem Hodge. It's 114 for 2.
Yes, a poor delivery there by Larry Edwards. a full toss on Kevin Hodgson. In this kind of form, he won't miss out, and just helping himself to fall over wide long on.
They need 6.30. That's the required run rate. 21 of 20 balls. Who's going to win this? Here once more is Edward. He is going to move in to bowl to Hodge. What a fine inning this has been. There he is now and bowls to Hodge. Hodge gets a delivery way outside the off stump, wide, confirmed by the umpire. Well, he probably doesn't know where on earth to bowl this. So he has bowled it wide. Here once more is Edwards. He's there now, passing the umpire, left arm orthodox, rung the wicket and bowls to Hodge. Hodge is getting a ball on the full that he drives out to the deep extra cover position. They will come back for the second run. The return comes in and they get two rather comfortably. They didn't really have to push hard for it, more of a cantering two. So he's now gone to 56, is Hodge. The total has gone to 117 for two, and the run rate has gotten even lower. 5.68 is the required run rate. As here once more is Edward with the final delivery of this over, bowls to Hodge, and Hodge is coming forward, driving out to the sweeper position. They've gone for one, won't come back for the second. I think he wants the strike. The return comes in, so one more to Hodge. He's going to keep the strike. He's 57, 118 for two, 118 for two. It means that they require 17 from 18 balls, just about a run a ball.
Yes, good batting there by Kafim Hodge, and with the run rate all on the 6, I think the Bailey Blasters are in the better position right now.
They certainly are. What looked to be a big total earlier on is now smothered and almost overhauled by Bailey Blasters. I think the outcome of this innings really defines the name of the team, Bailey Blasters. So they've really blasted their way through this innings at 118 for two.
So they have the Blasters as blasted away the Generals.
Yes. What a thing. Oh, the Generals should be taking over. They're the Generals, but the Blasters are in full stride and full form this afternoon. Well, what a thing. 118 for two. It'll be Hodge taking strike, and Javid St. Paul, who's had a pretty decent over, none for 9, comes in now to bowl to Hodge, and Hodge is getting a short delivery that he pulls down to the deep mid-wicket area. It's challenging the boundary, and it goes over the boundary line for 4. Well, it was in fact intercepted, at least partially, and the ball was parried over the boundary line. 4 runs, and I'm sure that Javid St. Paul's would not be happy about that, but whatever the case is, by 4 the total has gone to 122 for 2, so they seem to be coming closer and closer home. Here is St. Paul bowls to Hodge, and Hodge is getting onto the back foot, looking to tuck the ball down to backward square, got it down to a sort of a deep leg gully, and the batsman had time to cross for 1. One more to Kavim Hodge, who's gone to 62. Dennis Smith, who's yet to strike, comes in now. He's yet to score 2. 123 for 2. As St. Paul, so far, none for 14. Into his second over. 123 for 2. Moves in now to bowl to Dennis Smith. He's there and bowls outside the arm stump. Cuts down to the backward point area. Will get a comfortable single. He's off the mark. Dennis Smith, he's gone to 1. And the total has moved on to 124 for 2. So 11 required of 15 balls.
Yes, the Bailey Blasters really batting sensibly here now.
He moves in. St. Paul's there now and bowls to Hodge. Hodge is onto the he's caught him down at mid wicket. Went down on one knee and was looking to heave that over the deep mid wicket area. It might be Laurie Edwards who took the catch down. They will have to confirm that. Yeah. So what a fine innings by Kavim Hodge. Was caught down there on the deep mid wicket boundary for 62, and I think by all means he may have played his role and brought the Bailey Blasters close within sight of victory, but a wonderful cavalier innings by Kareem Hodge. Great innings of 62. He walks back, I don't think disconsolately, I think he walks back feeling a sense of pride and a sense of accomplishment. It's 124 for 3.
Yes, a beautiful knock there by Kevin Hodge, 62. Really propelling his team, the Bailey Blasters, into a winning position. And I really cannot see how they're going to lose it from here. 11 runs from 14 balls.
Well, the new batsman is Jelani Robinson, but Dennis Smith comes into strike because the batsman did cross. A delivery that he clips nicely down to fine leg. He's got hurry. The return comes in. Oh, that is a great return. The umpire says not out, but that was wonderful there from fine leg. And the throw plucked the stump out of the grounds, and the bail was patted all over the place. Wonderful fielding there. Was that Nicholas?
Yes.
It was him. Ooh, that was a wonderful piece of fielding. It certainly was. He must be very proud about himself. Whatever the case is, they got the single. The umpire said no, he was home, so they require now 10 from 13, 125 for 3.
Yeah, this was a very close call there for Dennis Smith, running to the strikers end, and a direct hit there by Nicholas Redhead.
Yeah, well,
the umpires' eyes are very sharp.
It must be very sharp. got good eyes to be an umpire. Here he is now, bowls, and coming forward very quickly is Robinson.
Dennis Smith.
Dennis Smith, beg your pardon. And the over is now called, and Smith will take, in fact, the over, which quite rightly, quite sensibly, too. So Smith has now gone to 2. Robinson is 1. It's 126 for 3. 8 overs gone. They require 9 from 12 balls. And except somebody can come now in this over and bowl an extraordinarily good, accurate over, well, it looks very much as though the Bailey Blasters could have run away with this.
Yes, Bailey Blasters put themselves in a very strong position, needing some 9 runs now of the last 2 overs. With Dennis Smith and Jelani Robinson, 2 quite capable players, so they're well on their way.
Very much on the way. Well, what a match we've had on hand today. As here is Peters, bowls off the back foot is Dennis Smith, cards the ball down to backward point, gets a comfortable single. Total is moved by 1 to 127 for 3. Dennis Smith is 3 of 3, brings Robinson into strike. Here is Peters in. Bowls to Robinson. Robinson leaves that alone outside the off stump. Not very often you find that happening, but he feels that there are sufficient deliveries, left it alone. Here he is, Peters in now, bowls to Robinson. Robinson comes forward, pushes it out to short extra cover, can't score, so we've had 2 dot balls as Peters, none for 21 into his second over. In now and bowls to Robinson. Robinson is lifting that in the air. The catch is not going to be taken. That's gone all the way for 6. Well, he went under it and lifted it sweetly over the boundary line. 6 runs there to Robinson. He's gone to 5. It's 133 for 3, and just maybe one blow needed. Just maybe a blow needed to bring home this victory as Peters moves in and bowls to Robinson, who comes forward, turns it out on the onside. The bowler comes in, quickly picks up on his follow through. They require 2 from 8 balls. Shall we have another over, or will it be completed in this over? Here is Peters once more, round the wicket. He's there now and bowls to Robinson. Wide delivery outside the off stump, and it's called a wide by the umpire. So 1 more needed. The scores are now level at 134 runs each, and this is going to be just a 1 more ball from Peters is over. Can he bowl a dot ball, or will it result in the victory? So here he is now. Peters in and bowls to Robinson. Robinson to this delivery is coming on to the front foot and hits the ball down to the deep extra cover boundary area, and they will in fact get the single. So he's gone by 1-7. And so Bailey Blasters, they've blasted their way to victory. They've won by 7 wickets. 9 overs. They took to score 135, 135 for 3. They win by 7. And I'm sure, John, when we started with the reply and seeing that there was such a big total there, we didn't think that this would have been a canter, but it turned out that there was still some 6 deliveries to face.
Yes, I remember I clearly saying to you that it's not beyond them, but it would take some doing, and some doing it took Devon Smith, Kavim Hodge, and the rest batters really set the tone and getting the victory for the Blasters this afternoon. I think the Ginger Generals didn't do much wrong. They just were outplayed by the Bailey Blasters today.
Yes, certainly were outplayed. Bailey Blasters winning by 7 wickets. So Nichols Centilay, in terms of the scorecard, was caught Jeremiah of the bowling of Redhead for 18, 8 balls, 2 sixes, 1 4. Kareem Hodge caught Edward of the bowling of St. Paul for 62, 23 balls, spent just 37 minutes at the crease, 3 fours and 6 sixes, and he went at a scoring rate of 269.57. Devon Smith came in there, a lovely cameo, was caught Charles, the keeper of the bowling of Redhead for 37, 14 balls, 22 minutes at the crease, hit 4 fours and 2 massive sixes. In the end, Dennis Smith was not out 3, Jelani Robinson was not out 8, extras 7, 7 wides, 135 for 3, 135 for 3 in exactly 9 overs. Let's just quickly look at the bowling figures. Larry Edwards, none for 25 of 2. Nicholas Redhead, none of 2 for 40 of 2. Daniel McDonald, just a 1 over for 24. And Javier St. Paul's, who had 1 for 17. Kimo Peters, none for 29 of 2. So we've got a post-match interview down there, and let's see what Shireen's got for us.
Okay, welcome to the end of Game 2. Today we have the Bailey Blasters coming out victorious, and doing the player of the match interview this afternoon we have Mr. Kerry Frank. So the player of the match award for match 2 today went to none other than Mr. Kavem Hodge. Kavem, I think we both can agree that a score of 134 runs in a T10 match is a mammoth total. Now going in to respond, what was the mood like in the camp?
I think we just had to continue with the positive attitude we had from the previous games, and obviously we knew that it's a good wicket, and if they could get those runs, I knew that once we had the same intensity in our batting and take it all the way to the end, and ensuring that one of the first 3 or 4 batters take it all the way, then we have a very good chance.
Okay, and in the first innings we saw 2 players making over 50 runs, and you came in with a 62-run complement. What was it like out on the field for you today?
It felt pretty long, actually. I must commend the Ginger Generals. They batted very well. The guys at the top really gave them the momentum. But like I said, it's a very good wicket. Once we went out with the same intensity in our batting, we knew it was possible.
Okay, and you were part of the VPL tournament in St. Vincent, where you won numerous Man of the Match awards, and here you are again in the Spice Isle doing the same thing. What has it been like coming over from that competition into this one?
Yeah, it's always good to get some form of cricket under your belt, no matter what form of diversion it is. But it's always nice to play cricket around the Caribbean, and to have the opportunity to play in St. Vincent and come to the Spice and play some more cricket is always a great opportunity. So I'm enjoying it at the moment. So it's a really good opportunity, not only for me but for everybody else, to play some cricket.
Well said. Well, congratulations again, and all the best for the remainder of the tournament.
Thank you very much.
So Bailey Blasters, they've won by 7 wickets, and Kavim Hodge picking up the prize Man of the Match award. So that brings the curtains down, of course, on today's matches, but we want to let you know what's on for tomorrow, God's willing. We've got 3 matches on tomorrow. And early at 9:30, Nutmeg Warriors will be coming up against Cinnamon Pacers. And Warren and Davis going to be the umpires for that game. At 11:45, after that, you've got Ginger Generals coming up against Bayleaf Blasters. And umpires Butler and Man Warren's going to be there to officiating that game. And at 2:30 in the afternoon, Saffron Strikers will be playing Clove Challengers. Butler and Davis are the officiating umpires. It was an absolute pleasure to bring the couple of games we had here today. The first one, of course, was rather one-sided. This one was full of excitement and full of pleasure. It was a big total, and of course, the Bayleaf Blasters, they won quite handsomely by 7 wickets with another over to spare. It was an absolute privilege to be bringing you the broadcast. Thanks so much, of course, to John Eugene there and Rapel Crony, at least a little bit early on. It was an absolute pleasure. Tell you what, John, we look forward to tomorrow.
Yes, definitely. We definitely look forward to tomorrow. I think the game this afternoon has set the tone for tomorrow.
Certainly did.
And we definitely will be here, and then looking forward to tomorrow.
Yeah, so that's all we've got for you here. Don't forget, tomorrow we've got 3 games, and we'd like you to be there to follow us wherever you are. And tomorrow, I think, promises to be a good day also. Until then, have a very good one.